came off Suboxone a couple of weeks back now. Actually, a little longer than that, but going to talk just briefly, not extensively about it. It's not intended to be on for years, as I was. I was on it for 8 years. You know, it has multiple uses. In Europe, it is used to manage pain. It is used for detoxification, not just from narcotics, but also from I believe, don't hold me to this, but I'm inclined to say with a 95% certainty to detox barbiturate addiction, benzodiazepine, and alcohol detox for sure. It has an antidepressive component to it. So it has multi-purposes, you know. It is a narcotic, but it is a narcotic antagonist, meaning if you're on Suboxone and try to ingest a narcotic like heroin or morphine, God help you, the interaction is wicked. It's unforgiving, it's ungodly, and you wish to God that you would just fucking die. I have no other way to break that down. And I know from experience. I know, you know, I've tried. I took pain pills, you know, narcotic pain pills while on that, thinking, you know, whatever, and it's like Narcan. You know, they give Narcan to somebody that overdoses on heroin or any type of narcotic. It's used as a resuscitative means. So, and essentially, that is also how Suboxone is. If you try to, you know, do narcotic, get high on narcotic, or take the wrong narcotic without being under doctor's care and doctor having knowledge that you're on Suboxone, you're going to pay. It's horrible. Oh, it throws you into instant withdrawal. Instant. You know, chills, sweats, cramps, aches, runny nose, sneezing, curled up in a ball. Yeah, oh, no. It's horrible. So, I mean, I've been given Narcan. Years ago. It was years ago, you know, we're talking probably 17, 18 years ago. No, not quite that long. Was it? No, I guess 15 years ago. Something like that. And, oh, it was just horrible. It was horrible. But it has many uses, you know, for many purposes. But being on it for 8 years, you know, I think of like I was on methadone, and, you know, for 6 months a day, you know, it's hard to function while on methadone because it makes you nod. It is a synthetic drug created by the Germans in World War II to help with pain management of the soldiers that were wounded, injured, and maimed during war, you know. So the purpose of creating it was good. Were good intentions, you know, but it is highly addictive and highly abused. So that's not something that, you know, I mean, I tried methadone programs twice in the early 2000s in an effort to not want heroin, but the thing was, you can get high on top of methadone, where you can't do that with Suboxone. It's gonna interact. You know, there's receptors that it's hard to explain, but it's an antagonist, so it fights, it blocks, inhibits the feeling of a narcotic when you're on Suboxone. Yet, you know, when you first go on Suboxone, like in detoxification, you do get assimilated high to a point. It's still you know, because it still qualifies as a narcotic. It is controlled, Suboxone. You know, functionality and productivity of lifestyle is much better if you must choose between Suboxone and methadone, I would always say go with Suboxone first. If you're having problems, if it's not proving effective for you, if you are addicted to narcotics, methadone is only used for narcotic addiction, as far as I know. And that's it, or Suboxone, aka buprenorphine naltrexone, combination is used, it has multi-purpose. So, there's many factors to weigh there. With Suboxone, you're not going to a clinic every day. You're not nodding, where you on methadone, you're going to nod. I had lost a job when I was on methadone because I kept nodding. I couldn't help it, It was a job working around machinery, so I could have easily had my hands sliced off. You have to be aware of what you're doing. So, Suboxone doesn't do that. It takes away the cravings and allows complete functionability to do what you must. And in this way, it's yes. I don't think Suboxone is intended for prolonged use, as is, you hear people on methadone for 25, 30 years. I don't want to need anything. I came off of it. I titrated myself. Came off of it on my own accord. Did it myself. When I came off the benzos on my own accord also at the beginning of the year. Now that I had to go into the hospital for, because I did, and I nearly died from that. When I went in, when the doctors came to check on me, my blood pressure had dropped so low I wouldn't wake up. I don't know how they got me to wake up, but they told me, that I had given them a scare, and, I was unresponsive. So I wanted off of the two. The two together contraindicate and is a fatal combination. That I did not know. I had been on the two for years, and I didn't know. So it was a decision, and at that time, the more important decision was to do the benzo, because it is something that you can die from if you're not careful. So the Suboxone I did on my own. I didn't go into the hospital. I didn't have to. I didn't have to go inpatient. And yeah, the doctor said, the cravings are going to come back. And I said, well, I owe it to myself to at least try. If the cravings come back, the Suboxone's there. I can come back and go back on it. But I owe it to myself. So things to consider, people, If you go on it, don't stay on it for years, It's not an easy thing to come off of, but I did it. I titrated myself, and I feel damn good.